Hi guys, welcome back to my channel of Confessions of a Gaming Mum. So today was technically meant to be like day 3 of our week in isolation, but to be honest, my mental health wasn't exactly great that week. It kind of took a bit of a plummet, and I kind of came to that realization that every day pretty much the same, so I was like, I really can't see how I could get so many videos out of us just really doing the exact same thing every day. So I kind of gave up on that idea. I thought that at least I've got the 2 days where things are slightly different. So I thought for another isolation video I could do was a kind of like house tour, because I mean, we have our own little shelters that we're spending our time in, so I thought, yeah, I'd get you acquainted with ours, so to speak, because I think you know quite a few of our rooms quite well because they've appeared in a few of the vlogs, but at least this time I can actually show you around a little bit so you can actually see where all the magic happens. Yay! So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Okay, first room I'm going to show you is obviously the room I'm actually in right now, which is our office. So this is where obviously my husband has been working from home. This is just where I've just been recording, so you won't see anything of his stuff on there before you think to try and look. Yeah, I've just been recording on there, hence why my microphone's on and stuff. So yeah, I'm just getting to editing this, and then I can move on to all my Last of Us stuff. But anyway, yeah, so this room, when we originally moved in, was the previous owner's office as well. I think she was like a fashion designer or something, or just like a clothes designer. So this wall here was just like, this whole wall was just wall to wall of wardrobes, and it just took up the whole room. And then she had her desk where we now have our sofa, and it was like really tired old carpet. Like, it had this dado rail that went along the wall, and it was, yeah, it just weren't very nice. So this was like the first room I was like, right, I'm going to take a hammer to it, and I just knocked down all the wardrobes. My husband was like, you know what, we're going to be here a while, so I don't think you need to do it now. I was like, no, I want to do it now. I want to get everything up. So I think within 2 weeks, this room was pretty much almost done. I bought the bookcases, sorted all the bookcases out, and I had to sort out these recently. They used to be a lot messier than this, believe it or not. So but yeah, so we had the ceiling plastered as well, because it used to have that, I think they call it Artex effect, and it was just awful. So we had that done. Then we painted it this colour because we thought it has to go with our sofa bed that we were having in here. This is our sofa bed, and yeah, and then we got new carpet as well, and it just makes it like, it's a completely different room to what it was before. It's completely new look. And so yeah, so that's all my books. You can see all my Tomb Raider models, or some of them up there as well. My Tomb Raider art book, just all my books. I've got so many. What else can I show you? Ah yes, my pictures that I have on the wall, as you can see. So I've got Assassin's Creed on one. I think it's when we went along to like a sort of gameplay thing for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So it was like this old sort of like old factory sort of building in London that they did up, so you could actually play a bit of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and you got that poster at the end. I've also got, obviously, this is my pride and joy. This one, it's from, I think it was a limited edition poster for the DLC Left Behind. So it's got Ellie and her friend Riley on there, but you could only get it in America. But luckily my husband had a friend out in the States who was actually able to get it for me, so hence why it's pride of place there. And then I found this, I think, at a Comic-Con a number of years back, and I can't not have Drake on the wall, and like Uncharted 4 is one of my absolute favourite games of all time, so yeah, loved having that. My husband has some of his stuff on here as well. He has his Ghostbusters and his Back to the Future Lego pieces on there that I got for him for his 40th, I think. And then we got that where it's like a map of or it's just a silhouette of Italy showing where Florence is, where we got married. So it's just like a little anniversary gift that I got. And I think that's it for this room. Can't think of anything else for me to point out. So yeah, so let's move on to the other rooms. So yeah, this is Bub's room. Bub's room is the last room that we actually got decorated. We were planning on getting it done with my husband's bonus anyway. We were going to have it decorated because it needed decorating, like it had manky carpet in here. It was just being used as a jump room really, so so we decided we were going to decorate it, and then we actually found out that I was pregnant, so so yeah, so we got it done. We didn't know what we were having in terms of a boy or a girl, so I wanted to go for like a sort of grey colour because I didn't really want to find out what we were having. But when we actually put it on the walls, I was like, oh shit, it looks more like it actually looks blue, so it's like a bluey grey. Can't really see the colour on the video very well, but yeah, it's like a bluey grey. So luckily he was a boy. But I wouldn't have gone like pink or purple or anything if we had a girl anyway, because I'm not really into girly stuff. So but yeah, this is like a sofa that my husband had before we actually met, so it sort of lies flat. It's a leather sofa. I never used to like it because it didn't have arms on it, but we've kept it in here because it means that if Bubs wakes up during the night, then my husband can come in and give him a cuddle, and they can sit on here while Bubs goes back off to sleep. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because obviously nothing, like you put blankets on it to cover it up and nothing stays on it, everything just slides off. And there's like pillow and blankets for the sofa bed there because my mum stays regularly, but also because Bubs has got used to it being there when he goes to sleep, so he likes having it there as a bit of support. So, but a lot of these teddies that are in the bookshelves are from me. They're like things that I grew up with, like, and collected over the years. But a lot of this bookcase is more his stuff, like stuff we collected when we found out we were having a baby, just future like educational books and things, and just loads of different things we wanted to collect. And he's got a little Peter Rabbit, he's got his own little money box, he's got a Harry Potter book, he's got loads of different things. And yeah, like I said, all these teddies pretty much along the top were stuff that were bought for me when I was younger, and I just don't have the heart to throw them out. These are some slightly newer ones up there. And I've also got these China dolls that I had when I was growing up, and I've tried to get rid of them. But no one wants them, so and again, I don't really have the heart to just throw them away because I know my parents paid a lot of money for them back in the day. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with them right now. If anyone wants them, let me know. And yeah, I've got this little ancient Egypt, or say little, it's an ancient Egypt flip chart. Again, I don't really have the space to put it in. Obviously, he's too young to actually know what it is. So, but I'm keeping it for him because obviously I was obsessed with ancient Egypt when I was little. And yeah, this was actually bought, I think, by, I don't know if it was Jay's brother, my husband's brother, or his dad, but it basically was to represent him because he was the second son, and he's the smallest out of the three of them. So it was kind of like piggy in the middle sort of thing. But now we have it for Bubs, as he's like the little one between the two of us. So yeah, and we keep a lot of his stuff up here that he is either grown out of or he does use, but he has a habit of making a mess when he does use them, or he abuses them. He just throws them about and like tries to break them, so they get confiscated up here. So he can play with them up here when we bring him up. But yeah, he doesn't spend as much time in here as he does downstairs. And obviously there's his cot, which we will soon have to change to a toddler bed, I think. So yeah. But Ione's got these Winnie the Pooh curtains. We went for a Winnie the Pooh theme, again, because we didn't know what we were having, so we wanted something that was more unisex. And we both love Winnie the Pooh. And yeah, we just thought it was a really lovely theme to have. So we went for these curtains, and they're blackout curtains as well, but they've got a really lovely Winnie the Pooh theme on there. And like the same with his lamp as well. It's got Winnie the Pooh on it. So yeah, he's a very Disneyfied child. Yeah, I think that's really it with his room. this is our room. Again, I think this was like the second room that we got done. Again, after we got like my husband's bonus, so part of it went to doing this. We didn't do a lot other than fresh lick of paint. We took the wardrobes down because there was wardrobes that went like all across this wall. See if I can go around so you can see. So yeah, so basically where the mirror is there to like the back of the wardrobe there, that was just all wardrobe, and it was a really dark purple, and it was a really old tired cream carpet. So and it just didn't make most of the space in the house, because we have these really dodgy like skirting boards, because the piping in this house was sort of added as an afterthought, so they decided that they were going to put the skirting around it rather than putting the piping in the wall. So like we have this really thick skirting, and it just takes up so much room, and it wastes so much space. I know people, like some of our neighbours, what they've actually done is they've actually made a false wall, so they've lost all that. So they've built like a false wall up on like the back wall. It just loses so much space that you could have. So what my dad actually did, and if you can see, we got these wardrobes from IKEA. We basically built a wardrobe set, as you can see. So I just wanted like fitted wardrobes in. So and it just makes the most of the space, I think. But my dad built these little plinths. We need to get a cover so you can't actually see them. But basically that lifts them up, and they sit on the back, like the back of the wardrobe sits on the skirting as well, so it means we get to use that space. With the chest of drawers, we weren't able to do that, but they fit like perfectly, as you can see. Luckily they all fit in line, so they're that just little bit not as deep as the wardrobes, so it means that they all fit together. So I was really pleased with that. And obviously we got the cupboards at the top, where it's just like old photos and stuff. And yeah, I was pleased. I got room at the top as well to put some old boxes, so I didn't have to go up in the loft. We just had a major sort underneath the bed. We barely got anything underneath the bed now, because I've thrown a load of stuff out and tidied a load of stuff as well. But when we got these wardrobes in, it just meant we could put loads of stuff that was under the bed in there. So yeah, it just means we've got so much space. I love it. This is my mum's old full-length mirror, so I didn't have the heart to throw it away. And it's a good mirror. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a pain in the ass because Bubs loves to try and smash it every so often. And obviously where I keep all my toiletries and stuff. I don't know really what else. Yeah, so obviously you can see obviously we did give it a fresh lick of paint. That was like the main thing, fresh lick of paint. Oh, and the ceilings. We had the ceilings done in this house, or upstairs, because the ceilings downstairs were done, but the ones upstairs, it was like that textured, like Artex sort of stuff, like really horrible, like, is it 70s, 80s, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's not very nice. So we had a really good plaster come around, and he's done all the ceilings for us. Like I said, in every single room they've been done now, so we don't have any of that Artex left. And obviously, yeah, we had to paint it, but we painted, yeah, the ceilings, the walls, and we got a new carpet in as well. And it's just such a nice carpet. Love it. So yeah, so that's our room. We did have it that, so I'm hoping to we've got a big frame down there that Jay's, my husband's dad, bought for us. So I'm hoping to put it there, but it's just thinking of what pictures to put in there at the moment. And what else? Oh yeah, because it used to be where Bub's cot was, the one that's in his room now. Hence why the bed is like right pushed back, and my husband's stuff is kind of just stuffed in the corner. But because of the way that Bub's is right now, again, the bookcase is balanced on the skirting. So if we were to move the cabinet, then we're just worried that Bubs would end up pulling the bookcase on top of himself, because he's already done it nearly with my one. So yeah, so we're just like, no, it's better to just leave the bedside table there just until he's old enough to actually realise not to touch it. But yeah, other than putting that picture up on that wall, there's nothing really else in this in this room to talk about. That's all my old summer clothes that don't fit me anymore. So I'm waiting for like a clothes or a charity shop to be open so I can take them there. But yeah, that's it for this room, I think. Nothing else to really talk about. No. And this is our bathroom. I actually hate this room, and this is a room I really, really want to get done, but it's money at the end of the day. We were hoping to get our little loo done last year, but unfortunately my husband's bonus wasn't as good as we were hoping, so it meant we've got a window fitted, because it used to be like a tiny, tiny window downstairs, and it just made the room so horrible and dark and dank and everything. So we had to just do the window last year. So this year we'll get the little loo done, because that one desperately needs to be done. And then hopefully next year we can finally get this room done, because it's just, they did it so badly. I think that's what we found with this house. It looked pretty, but it was just done in such a cheap way that things are falling apart. So like you can see like all of this is going all dodgy. I mean, it does just need regrouting, but still it's just, yeah, it's not good. And like the way they've done the tiles on the floor, like these are wall tiles, but they've just put them on the floor, and all the grouting is chipping, so it's constantly like getting stuck in the hoover and everything. And yeah, I just hate this floor, and having a mirror there is just so inconvenient. And yeah, it's just, I just want to just have a completely new bathroom set, have new tiles on the wall, have a new floor, because, you know, like, yeah, you can see like the wood underneath, and it just worries me every time with Bubs, where he just has to like splash everything and it gets wet. And like down along here, it's actually leaked in the in downstairs. You can actually see just above, like in the ceiling below the bath, you can see like watermarks where it's actually leaked a bit. So so yeah, this is a room I desperately want to get done, but again, we just have to wait. Nothing else to really talk about in here. It is a really small bathroom, but it meets our needs, so it's fine. Okay, so here is the little loo I was referring to earlier, that yeah, we desperately need to update. That's the window we had put in yesterday. It's crazy to think that like the last window that was in here was about a third of that size. It's ridiculous. You can't really see because the light is really bad in here. Oh, there you go. So yeah, this is where the waste pipe goes, but it's been done so badly in terms of like really cheaply done, so it looks like it'd just be ripped off the wall. So that's one thing I just want to tidy it up in here, because it's just so basic. So this is the room we're having done this year. We were hoping to do it last year, but the only thing we could afford was the window. I think it was more expensive than we thought it would be. So yeah, we're gonna get a brand new toilet, brand new sink. This is the only thing new that we've put in here, was this, just to try and make it a bit brighter when we had that old window. So but yeah, you can still see that's the sort of ceiling we had upstairs before, that sort of texture. So we'll probably do something with that. That lamp has been here God knows how long. And then you get this stupid little bit that, this is because the pipes underneath, that I think the pipes run along here from the sink. So so yeah, that's why this sticks out, and it's just really annoying. So hopefully we can like get the pipes to at least run along the bottom, so we can get rid of the top bit and then just have it run along the bottom, and hopefully we can put like a little radiator in there as well. I don't know what we're going to do with the bucket for Bubs's nappies once we get this room done, but we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, that's the little loo. You've probably seen our living room in plenty of videos. This is a room we're not so bothered about. It's more like the skirting and stuff. Like again, like the skirting we have upstairs, it just really sticks out, and you can see under there because of the piping. So I think I'd just rather have the pipe on show and have the skirting behind it. Just have regular skirting, so like everything like just sticks out. Like look at the massive gap we've got between there because of the skirting. It's just ridiculous. This patio door leaks as well, so I'm hoping that once we get everything done, that one day we'll actually be able to do the windows, but the windows are going to be super expensive. But I just want to get this bloody patio door done because it whistles when it's really windy outside. Trying to think what else we need to do. So I think really in this room, it's just mainly about, like I said, the skirting. putting a fresh lick of paint on the walls and on the ceiling, maybe get some new lamps. I know my dad's fixed, so we have like it's like a fader thing, because that broke when we moved in. So yeah, so we can turn the lights to fade or whatever. So that's always good to have. And yeah, and I want to get a real oak floor as well in here, because laminate flooring is really, really cold in the winter. So wood flooring would be that little bit more kinder on your feet when it's cold out. And also, yes, we want to be able to put the wires into the wall, so we need to make a little crack in the wall sort of thing, a little dip in the wall, so we can hide the wires in there behind the TV. But then obviously that was like a last minute thing. We never expected to do that until Bub smashed the last TV. So so yeah. So yeah, there's not really much else we wanna really do in here. All the furniture's new because we bought it as soon as we moved in here, because there's no way we would have been able to fit all this in our old flat. So yeah, this is all new. Of all my models on the that have had to be moved because of Bub's just trying to grab them all the time and break them. And you see, this is the life of a model collector who's also a mum. Nappies among the models. Sudocrem, bum cream. Oh yeah, fun times. And then this is our kitchen. Again, the kitchen was actually one of the reasons we actually wanted to move in here, mainly because of the cooker. We absolutely fell in love with the cooker, and also the butler sink. Absolutely, because that's what I've always wanted, is just a butler sink. But it had a sort of country house feel. So so yeah, that's why I just fell in love with it, and it's a lovely big kitchen, and yeah, we just absolutely fell in love with it. I think you start to notice things once you actually move into somewhere. You start to notice little faults with it. So like the counter, definitely I think we need a new one, because I've tried waxing it so many times and it just doesn't really do much. It's just old and tired. I think we'll eventually do it, but it's like the last room on the list, because there's not really much we want to do. I think the main thing I want to do is just have a heated floor in here, because there's no source of heating in here. So in the winter, like I said, the windows are quite leaky, so the floor gets so cold. So I'd love to have like a heated floor in here, but that would like mean just removing everything. So so yes, it's one of those ones that until we're actually ready and we've saved up enough money. But then it might be that we want to move into a bigger house if we had another baby. So because we wouldn't be able to have two babies in this house, it would be too small. So so yeah, so you never know, we might not even get round to it. We'll see. And one little thing I would love to do is actually put like a shelving unit in here. I've seen, I'll post a picture if I can, of like where people have had like drawers put in here and little shelving units and stuff. And because we don't really use it much, we just put like old bags and stuff in there, and the Hoover, the ironing board, and Bubs' high chair are in there. But there's not really much that's in there that we can find somewhere else for. So yes, it would be just really nice to have some like shoe rack in a drawer down there, and like have some nice shelves to put some nice knickknacks on there. There's just so much we could do with it, and like it's just more storage space. So yeah, these are all my dreams of what I would like to do with this house if we had the money. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour. Like I said, there's not really much else to really show. I think we're a lot better off than some people, but then we're not as lucky as others. But each to their own, isn't it, really, at the moment? I think we just have to make do with what we got. We're lucky that we have a garden. So I haven't shown you around the garden, but I can't really show you around the garden because my son is screaming downstairs. So but there's nothing really much to show in the garden, so it's just we desperately need to paint it, and I need to buy some more flowers and stuff, because it's been a bit neglected since Buzz was here. It was like my pride and joy before he was born, and yeah, now it's just kind of taken a back seat. So hopefully once garden shops are open, I can actually go in and start bringing back some colour to there. But at the moment it's because I just wanted to make like a lot of wildflowers, or like make it more of a wildflower sort of garden, so it was so minimum upkeep, so to speak. So we've got our lavender, I've got my wisteria in there, got a lot of herbs as well. I love my herbs, and it smells absolutely amazing in the summer. but yeah, there's no real point in showing you it. I'll probably show you it once it's done. I might do a like little video or whatever. We'll see. If you want to see it, then let me know, and I'll do like a little video on it. I don't think you're that bothered. They really are, you. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, then leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, share this with all your other friends. Remember, stay home, stay safe. Got to try and get all through this together. Hopefully it will be over soon. And on that note, I'll say love you guys, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye.